Another May Day has come and gone, and with it the fading memories of 70 years of totalitarian tyranny. Lest we forget, May 1st was the day that Soviet communists designated for celebration of their Marxist revolution that ultimately resulted in the enslavement and murder of tens of millions of innocent people in Russia and Eastern Europe. But the Soviet reign of terror was hardly the only communist genocide. Mao Zedong murdered tens of millions of Chinese. Pol Pot exterminated a third of the entire Cambodian population. And Soviet puppets in the police states of East Germany, Romania, and elsewhere in Eastern Europe also engaged in the mass slaughter of innocents. Though the iron will of Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher, and Pope John Paul succeeded in relegating this blight on humanity to the ash heap of history, the presence of tyrants intent on controlling or destroying the lives of their people has hardly vanished. Cuba and North Korea continue to practice virtually undiluted communism. Hugo Chavez and like-minded Marxists in South and Central America continue to bankrupt their nations with disastrous economic policies. And we have all experienced the chilling results of Islamo-fascist terrorism supported by like-minded governments. And it has all happened because power was concentrated in a single or small group of tyrants who will stop at nothing to secure and consolidate their power and control every aspect of the lives of their people. And we know this, if nothing else: such evil tyrants will continue to rise because of the nature of man. From our founding, what has set America apart is liberty, a concept that cannot coexist with tyranny. The bigger the government, the smaller the individual. History has demonstrated over and over again that even the most well-meaning initiatives of centralized governments sap the individual's initiative, independence, and dignity. And these are the very things that create happy and productive societies. As Americans, we are at a tipping point where we must make a choice. We can make virtually permanent the path we've traveled over the last century, in which government increasingly decides and controls through high taxes and regulations our health care, our retirement planning, what forms of energy are acceptable, where we can send our children to school, what kind of cars we can drive, what kind of food we can eat, even what kind of light bulbs we can use. Or we can turn back to the fundamental philosophy of our founding fathers: individual liberty, limited government, and free markets, which transformed America from a colonial backwater to the world's greatest nation in the space of little more than a single century. We can choose to turn power back to individuals, allowing us to keep more of our own money, make more of our own decisions, and take greater control of our own lives. The choice is clear, and the stakes could not be any higher. I challenge you to think deeply about the America you envision in the years and decades ahead, and do everything in your power to help make that vision a reality.